Shay here, uneven bounce. Hope you guys are well. So, from the sublime to ridiculous, Hollywood Bets Dolphins lose their second 4-day franchise series match to the Knights by a whopping 227 runs. We got battered over in Bloemfontein. Knights won the toss, led to have a bat. Piled on, I think it was 424. 424. And then we capitulated in the first innings, 162 all out. They didn't elect to make us follow one, didn't stick us back in, so then they went out to bat again to kind of really hammer home their advantage. 208 for 4 declared, and then we were all, I think 243 was it in the end? Yeah, 243, so yeah, we got battered basically. Didn't make 250 in either innings when they made 420 odd in their first. So yeah, pretty poor all round. Especially, it's very disappointing. Obviously, we did so well last week against the Lions, the reigning champions, to beat them at home. To kind of perform this way, it was quite. Yeah, I mean, it was obviously quite ejecting. For all those Dolphin fans, right? So anyway, if we just get into it, the first thing that kind of strikes me, the main thing that came out from the game as Rowan the Swat. He opened the bowling in ball first change, and he batted at 8 in both innings. Did really well actually, quit himself well. He made 46, I think 38, I believe it was, in the second innings. He might have been not out actually, but the first innings, he 46 or 54 balls, played aggressively. In the second innings, he batted at 8 again. Yeah, he was 36 not out actually was, yeah. So he did well. I mean, the first thing I would say is that he needs promotion up the order. He's very much a batting all round. I mean, he's averaging 57 in first class cricket. I appreciate it's obviously involving his time at Eastons. It was a semi-pro competition, 3-year competition, but averaging 57 nonetheless, and 31 with the ball. But he's been treated in this match as really a bowling all-round rather than a batting all-rounder. And whilst I've commended obviously Dolphins for recruitment over the winter, and we've also got a really good top 4 now, Rolson, Owiya, Ackerman, and Keegan Peterson, the new addition to the side, the former Knight obviously. The middle order still is a little bit brittle. Kai Zondo, 2 more failures, unfortunately. I saw the first shot, the first innings off Madoa. It was a really, really poor shot. I mean, he was backing away from his crease. The ball wasn't really lifting that much. I mean, Madoa's a medium fast at best, and didn't really climb up on him, but he played it away from his body pretty much, and it just looped off to cover. It was a really, really bad shot. And it's just become too indicative at times. I mean, you got an LB to Von Berg in the second innings for not many either, and he's averaging I think below 29 now. Something needs to be done about this with Kai Zondo. He's not performed for the Dolphins for some time now. He's actually been quite poor for about 3 seasons. I don't know what the thinking was behind Seminole Macania leaving the Dolphins, but someone should have really took him aside and said, listen, that spot is yours if you continue to perform well. The Dolphins persevere with Macania very heavily in the start of his career. The guy's, I think, 26, so maybe 24 years old now. But in the first 2 seasons, he was very poor. He was averaging early 20s, if that. And he kicked on the last 2 years. But he cites the fact that he felt like he was really considered more of an all-rounder. Batting at 6. And he's batted at, I think, 5 in the recent Titans game. He's made runs. He's a talented batsman. He's on the rise. I really felt that we might look at that and think like we shouldn't have really let him go, because I don't see why he couldn't have taken, couldn't have took Zondo's spot during the course of the season. So Zondo, to me, is very lucky to still be a fixture in that side. I really think Mechanica took his spot. I mean, Zondo was dropped last year, as you remember. Imran Khan changed captaincy, put Ackerman as captain, dropped Zondo from captaincy, and dropped Zondo from the team. And I really feel that's the way forward at the moment, because I just don't see how he merits a position in that side if he continually fails every week almost. He's not making runs consistently. Like I said, for someone who's got a Proteas call-up, I think he must actually played the one game for Proteas against India tour. I feel like he was just carrying drinks that one, but he did play a match. In fact, let's just quickly check, because I just want to make sure if he is actually a full international. Yeah, he's played 5 ODIs. He actually averaged 36. I mean, his last ODI was just under 3 years ago. He played against Zimbabwe. Just over 2 years ago. Yeah, just over October 6, 2018 at home. As a pal, he played that match over 2 years ago. But in the Red Bull arena, he's just not performed consistently for a long time now. something needs to be addressed there because that middle order is still looking a bit brittle. Zondo and Withersomi is also dropped off with the bat last season, and this year not really done anything either. It's still early days. We don't want to throw the baby out with the bathwater, but the slightly worrying signs, and I do believe that Deswat deserves a move up the order. I wouldn't be utilising him as an opening bowler or even potentially a first change. The bowling attack, we relied on Mirage in this match. I mean, he bowled 49 overs in that first innings. It wasn't even that much of a spinning wicket. I mean, the night showed how the kind of bowling composition, how it should have been with their side. Badaza and Madoa and Miguel Pretorius, who was on fire for large parts of the game with bat and ball. He made 62 in that first inning. So, he's very much a bowling all-rounder. But, I feel like, Sean Berg, and he bowled 15 overs, I think 18 overs in the match, where Mirage bowled 49 at first innings. And that's purely because he's our go-to bowler. I mean, Bartman tried, quit himself well. Pepequayo was alright, but, the starts of the Knights' first innings, they got to an absolute flyer with Matthew Kleinfeld and Jack Snyman. Absolute flyer. And we have very little answer because there's not the raw pace there. I mean, Lithium Tansy came in. That's not true, actually. That's not fair. I mean, Lithium Tansy is the pace option, but obviously his debut, he was a little bit expensive. And then we had obviously like Bartman, Pepequayo and Deswat. It's a reasonable attack, but away from home, I think we're going to struggle if that's going to be our side. I do feel De Pavlon needs to be playing these games. I think he should be playing really. And there's actually an argument. I look at Pepequayo again, and there's an argument there that Pepequayo could be dropped on with the Sami, and I think bring De Pavlon into the side. I know you let things until a little bit, but the SWAT is not number 8. The SWAT, to be honest with you, he could bat 5 or 6, and then Pepequayo open with the Sami, and then you would have Zondo coming in after, or Zondo and then Pepequayo with the Sami at 7, you could say, but Mirage at 8. And then the pace bowlers 9, 10, 11. And hopefully, I'll get to the next game anyway. We've got Cobras in next week. But anyway, just like this game, that was one thing I do feel needs addressing at middle order because the SWAT is not number 8. He needs to push up the order, and I'd like to see him at least 2 spots higher up the order for the Cobras match next week. We'll have to wait and see. Anyway, there was that. Obviously, so Bartman quit himself, but wasn't really as effective as he obviously was at home against the Lions last week. Moonsami bowled a few overs, got some cheap wickets in the second innings when Knights were setting up a declaration. But we were massively outplayed, and Rene Matunda, who looks a huge prospect for South Africa, scored 166. Splits all around the ground. He's fantastic. So well done to the Knights. Obviously on Donald, they seem to have really gelled really well. It's 2 wins on the bounce. Them now. They smashed the Warriors last week, and now they've just kind of smashed us. So all due respect to the Knights, they've done really well. We need to get to the drawing board now. I'd say I want to see some changes made. I want to see Munger back in the team. I want to see the Pavlon there as well. I want to see the Swart up the order. And it means with the Sami gets dropped, fair enough, because the next game we've got is Cobras. I imagine we'll go back to Sabrine. I don't think there's a need for with the Sami, Sabrine and Mirage. So the thing is, I don't think that Mirage will be there because that game starts November 23rd and the ODI series, or T20 series I say, starts November 27th, and obviously Mirage is part of the squad, so he won't play. So maybe we'll see the Pavlon come into the team, and then with the Zombie keep his place alongside Sabrine, who will come back in as well. I'll see Sabrine for Mirage, but I still want to see the Pavlon there. I do think we need the Pavlon in that side. And you could argue for Pepequayo. I mean, Pepequayo, for all his ability, is averaging 21 with the bat and 35 with the ball. Yet he was put higher in the batting order than the SWAT, and didn't do anything in the innings. I mean, he made, what was it? I don't think he made any real runs. I know he got bowled by Torres in the first or second innings. I can't remember. Second innings got bowled. He made 18, and the first innings he made 5. Torres got in both times. So, I mean, I look at the batting order. Being said, unfortunately, Rolfson didn't do anything this time either. He made 2 and 0. So it's 4 fillies on the bounce now for him. Nothing really too worried about. I mean, listen, he's just off to a bad start. He's a competent professional. I'm sure he'll work diligently in his game. over the course of next week or so. So we've got a week break before Cobras next week. I'm sure he'll be hard on the net to Kingsmead, trying to kind of brush up in a few areas. And I'm sure our score's around the corner for him. Akan made a few. Irwi made runs as well again. He made 37, did he make a 50 as well from memory in the second innings? Just need to check that. He made it 81, didn't he? Because he was there. I mean, trying to get us through on that final day. It was him and Akan, I think, came at the crease. Akan made 32. King Peterson made a few as well, made 48 in the second innings after a first innings low score. But I mean, just to kind of give an idea, I think it was actually day 2 that it happened. Yeah, the Knights. They ended day 1 on 323 for 7. We actually did quite well on the first day. We fought back well. I think we had 243 for 6, and then so they ended up 323 for 7 because Pretorius came in and Joey Van Tonder and they put on runs. That was the end of the first day. By the end of the second day, the Knights were batting again in the second innings. We got balled out for, I think it was 42.5 overs in that first innings. You're not going to win games if you're batting 40 odd overs in your first innings. It's not going to happen. You've got to get far more obviously first digs. So the writing was on the wall then. Really went light to batting in the first innings and the day 1, and then batting again. Non-dav 21 at the end of day 2. We've already had our first innings, so forget about it. Game's pretty much done then. Anyway, it's unfortunate because obviously I said we want consistency. We have a team and a squad that can battle for that trophy. It can. We can do it. We just need to. We need to be greater than the sum of our parts. A little bit like the Knights, I feel. And the composition of the team needs tweaking, and there needs to be some hard decisions made, especially around the likes of Muthusamy and Azondo. Muthusamy's playing a bit part with the ball, and he's not making any runs. So he will get an opportunity now with Mirage out. He'll get a lot more ball in, I'm sure, next match against Cobras at home, along with Sir Brian. He needs to deliver. He's very capable of it. He's a very talented player. But he needs to deliver now. We need a good solid performance against Cobras. So they're not doing so well themselves, Cobras. I mean, they got just nicked a draw against the Lions. They lost their first game against Titans. So they're not, obviously they haven't won a game yet. So there's an opportunity for us to to try and bag another win and get back on that table. Anyway, that's it from me, guys. What do you think? Any comments you've got? Any Dolphins fans out there watching this video? Do let me know what you think. Is there anything I've missed out? I'm being a little bit harsh on the likes of Muthusamy and Zondo. You tell me. Who else could you bring to the side apart from De Pavlon? Could you bring in maybe Ethan Bosch, who I'm a big fan of as well? I don't think Robbie Fowler is going to play Red Bull this year, which is fine, but I still feel there's other players who can come into the side. So anyway, let me know your thoughts, guys. Leafer and Tandy as well. What's your thoughts? He's a bit expensive, but it's his first game. He's 19 years old. He shows some raw pace at times. I think he could be, just refine his kind of his bowling a little bit. Work with him, kind of work on his line length. He could be, a real handful for opposition batsmen. So yeah. Anyway, guys, I'll leave it there. Let me know your thoughts. If you like the content, do subscribe to the channel. That'd be great. And hopefully, I will see you on the next one. Cheers.